Hey everyone, Dr. Rowe coming to you from SpineCare in St. Joseph, Michigan. When it comes to one-sided hip and lower back pain, a major cause is due to a blend of weakness and tightness in the muscles that support this area, notably the glutes and the quadratus lumborum muscles. To make getting relief easy, I broke this video up into two separate parts. In the first part, we're going to focus on stretching these tight muscles for instant relief, while in the second part, we're going to focus on strengthening them for long-lasting relief. While both parts are different, they are meant to work together. So to get the best results, go through all the exercises and use what gives you the most relief. With that being said, let's get started. In the first part, we're going to go over easy exercises that can give quick relief even within 30 seconds. This first one is called the butterfly, and it's really good at opening up the hips, putting the hip into external and internal rotation, two movements that become very painful with arthritis. So let's start lying flat on our back in bed or on a floor. Put your feet together, just gently press your heels downward into the bed or the floor, and then scoot your heels towards your butt as much as you can. With the knees, you're going to press them downward towards the floor until you feel a light stretch forming on the inner part of your thighs, working towards the groin into the hips. Once you feel it in the hips, hold this for about 3 to 5 seconds and then bring your knees back upward. So just like a butterfly flapping its wings, we're going to go down and up like this, building into this movement over and over again for 10 to 15 repetitions. And afterwards, see how you feel. If it feels like it's helping out, you're more than welcome to throw in another set or two. But if you would like a little bit deeper of a stretch, as you press your knees downward, take 2 fingers on your hands right here and just place them on the inside of your knees around the thighs and just gently press your knees downward a little bit to deepen that stretch, but only to your comfort level. So to take this one to the next level and focus a little bit more on the lower back, we can do this movement. So whatever side that you're having the most amount of pain, let's say it's your right side, what you're going to do is take the ankle on the other side and now place it on the outside of the painful side's knee. And what you're going to do with this top leg is just pull that leg across your body like this until you feel a really good stretch forming on the outside of your hip. This will help target the glutes. From here, what you're going to do is pull it a little bit more now until you start to feel that stretch work from the hip into the lower back. Once you feel it in the lower back, you now want to hold this comfortably for 20 to 30 seconds. From there, just release it, take a breather, and then repeat this 3 to 5 times. And with each repetition, try to build into it a little bit more. And then afterwards, switch sides and repeat to help keep everything in balance. Here's an easy exercise that you can do standing for instant hip and lower back pain relief. We call this the ballerina. Whatever side that you're having pain, let's say it's your right side, take that side's foot and place over the other side just like this. You want to make sure though to take this painful side's foot and bring it over as much as you can until you feel a light, comfortable stretch forming on the outside of the painful side's hip. Once you feel that, you're going to hold this position and now take the hand on the painful side and place it overhead just like this. Our other hand just goes right on the other side's hip. The movement from here is really straightforward. You're going to lean away towards the non-painful side while pressing your hips towards the painful side. As you do this, you're going to feel a deep opening stretch from your lower back that works towards the hips. Once you feel that deep, comfortable stretch, you're now going to hold this for 20 to 30 seconds. Release it and then repeat this 3 to 5 times. And with each repetition, try to build into it a little bit more. If you would like to take this one to the next level, what you can do is this movement instead. Take your arms, put them out in front of you, kind of like a genie position, and now slowly turn through your lower back towards that non-painful side, just to the point where you feel a really good stretch forming on the lower back that works towards the hips. You're going to hold this position and now tilt towards the other side, lowering your elbows towards the floor. This time around, you're going to feel a stretch in that area, but it's going to feel a little bit differently. It's going to target different muscles. I like to hold this for about 5 seconds, release it, and then just keep building into this over and over again for about 5 to 10 repetitions. With each repetition, you're going to notice that you just get a little bit more range of motion. Afterwards, see how you feel. If it's really helping out, you're more than welcome to throw in another set or two. Just remember though, whatever you do on one side, you're going to want to switch to the other side and repeat to help keep everything imbalance. This quick relief exercise you can do seated, so it's perfect to do if you're stuck at work or in class. Whatever side that you're having pain, let's say it's your right side, you're going to take that side's ankle and place over your other side's knee. So when you look down, it should look like a figure 4. If you have a lot of difficulty getting into this position, to make it a little bit easier, straighten the other leg out like this, place your ankle over your shin, so now you can grab your pant leg or in front of the shin and slide it up into position. The first movement that we're going to focus on is trying to stretch out the glutes or the buttocks, the biggest instigator of both hip and lower back pain. So we're going to take our hands and cup right around our bent knee, and what we want to do is pull this bent knee across our body towards the other side's shoulder. So I'm taking my right knee towards my left shoulder. As you do this, you're going to feel a really good stretch form on the outside of your thigh that works towards the hips. Once you feel it right here on the outside of the hips, you want to hold it for 20 to 30 seconds. Release it and then repeat this 3 to 5 times. And with each repetition, just try to build into it a little bit more. But let's take this one to the next level and really focus on trying to loosen up the glutes by turning this into an active stretch. So I'm going to take this bent knee and I'm just going to slowly press it down towards the floor. I'm not going to use my hands, only my leg and hip strength. As you press that knee downward, you're now going to feel a deep activating stretch around the hips into the glutes. To deepen this stretch though, you can lean forward a little bit, taking your chest towards the floor. So if you do that, you're going to notice it turns into a very deep stretch. I like to hold this for about 5 seconds, release it, and then just keep repeating this about 5 to 10 times. And again, with each repetition, just trying to build into it a little bit more. So if you want to focus a little bit more on the lower back also, what you can do is take this bent knee, press it down until we feel that initial activation of the glutes. We're going to hold this, and now what I'm going to do is just simply lean or tilt my upper body towards the non-painful side. So as you do this, you're now going to feel a deep opening stretch in the lower back that works towards the hips. Again, just hold this for about 5 seconds, release it, and then repeat this about 5 to 10 times. But go through all of these movements. You may find that one just offers the most relief, and at that point, I would throw more repetitions in. Again though, whatever you do on one side, switch to the other side and repeat to help keep everything in balance. So without a doubt, if you want long-lasting relief for one-sided hip and lower back pain, you have to strengthen the muscles that support this area. Here's a really easy combination exercise that you can do daily in bed or on a floor. Just lie flat on your back like this. The first movement is called a dead bug, and this one is going to help target the core muscles, but more importantly, the hip flexors right here on the front of our thigh. So what I'm going to do is just have my knees bent at 90 degrees and my legs roughly hip width apart. I always start with the most painful side with this one. So I'm going to take my hands, put them off to my side, and then slowly straighten the painful side's knee like this, lowering my heel and foot towards the bed or the floor. The key is though, don't let your foot touch the bed. Let it hover about an inch or two above, because in this position, you're going to feel the core muscles around the hip and also the leg muscles start to fire. Hold this comfortably for 3 to 5 seconds and then come back up like this. What you're going to do next is take your hands, overlap them, and put them right on the front of your knee. What you want to do is try to press your knee towards your chest, but resist against that movement with your hands. As you do this, you're going to feel a deep activation of the muscles on the front of the thighs, including the hip flexors and psoas muscle. Hold this for about 3 to 5 seconds, release it, and then just like a fluid movement, you're going to build back into that dead bug and then bring it back up. I like to do this for 5 repetitions, and then afterwards, take a breather. See how you feel. If it feels like you have a little bit more energy, challenge yourself by throwing in another set or 2. But remember, whatever you do on one side, always switch to the other side and repeat, just to help keep everything imbalance. So let's take this one to the next level and do another movement that's going to really target the lower back. This is called the clamshell bridge. So what we're going to do with this one is put our feet together and just gently press our heels downward into the bed or the floor until we feel a light activation into the glutes around our hips. Once we feel that, we're now going to take our knees and just try to wing and press them downward towards the floor until we feel a good stretch forming on the inner part of our thighs that works towards the groin into the hips. Once we feel it in the hips, we're going to hold this position and now brace our core muscles. It's kind of like when somebody pokes you in your stomach, how you tense up, drawing your belly button towards your spine. Mimic that and hold it during the exercise to protect the back. Your hands just go off to your side for support. Movement from here, very straightforward. We're going to hold this position and now slowly raise our hips upward towards the ceiling until our body is roughly in a straight line from our knees to our hips to our shoulders. If you're unable to get into this position because of weakness or pain, like you can only go up a little bit, do the best you can. Hopefully over time you'll be able to get into this position, but you're going to feel a ton of muscles start to fire. The core, the back, around the hips. Hold this comfortably for 3 to 5 seconds, release it, take a breather, and then repeat this 10 times. And with each repetition, just build into it a little bit more. If it feels like you have a little bit more energy, challenge yourself by throwing in another set or 2. Here's an easy strengthening exercise that you can do standing. This is called the hip hiker. What we're going to do is go next to the bottom step of a staircase. So this one is really nice to do when you go up and down the stairs. So whatever side that you're having pain, let's say it's your right hip and your lower back, what you're going to do is take the non-painful side's foot and place it right at the edge of that bottom step. Our painful side's foot is going to be off to the edge. What we want to do also is make sure we have a wall or a railing to grab onto for support. And we want to keep our body nice and straight during this exercise. We're not going to lean away like this with our back. Instead, all movement is going to come through the hip that is off of that step. So in this case, it's my right side. Let's drive that right hip upward as much as we can until we feel a deep activation in our lower back and around our hip. This targets a muscle called the quadratus lumborum, or the QL muscle, huge instigator of one-sided back and hip pain. Hold this comfortably for about 3 to 5 seconds, release it, and then slowly lower your foot downward towards the floor, but don't let it touch. Just let it hover a little bit above. At this point, you're now going to feel a deep opening stretch on the other side. Again, hold this one comfortably for 3 to 5 seconds, and then repeat this, going up and down for 10 repetitions. And with each repetition, try to build into it a little bit more. Afterwards, see how you feel. If it feels like you have a little bit more energy, challenge yourself by throwing in another set or 2. Just remember though, whatever you do on one side, switch to the other side and repeat to help keep everything in balance. If the exercises help, please support the channel by giving this video a like and maybe subscribing too. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching.